Are you really investing in the right One Piece stocks? Well, there are countless agendas in the One Piece community, and I've narrowed down the 5 most valid ones that will age like fine wine. 99% of you guys believe in the wrong agenda, and yes, you're wrong and I'm right, because I guarantee you these 5 characters are going to have their stocks grow exponentially. So take my advice while you can and invest in these figures I'm about to share with you. And by the way, I've spent countless hours narrowing down these characters and have a Hall of Fame premium badge regarding agenda piece, so I'm absolutely enveloped in the rat culture, which you can see more of on my Instagram. Speaking of my Instagram, I'm doing a huge giveaway on there where you tell me what video to make and I make it, so check that out if you're interested. Now let me get into the video. There will be heavy manga spoilers in this video, so click off if you're an anime only. Imagine you're teleported into the One Piece world and you have to join a pirate crew. Who would you join? And before you say Luffy, just remember that you don't have superhuman durability and most of his stunts will get you killed. Well, what about Kaido's or Big Mom's crew? Actually, no, you'd probably die in a day or two, but there is one crew I would be happy to be a part of. The captain of this crew is charismatic, powerful, and the 5th person on this list, red-haired Shanks. Now, the Shanks agenda has just been getting more and more valid as time goes on. He's almost always been on the positive side of the agenda, but it doesn't take away from the fact that he has struggled with facing enormous Sea King slander and rat allegations. So why is Shanks on the list, you might ask? Well, it's because of the newest Elbaf arc. It has truly changed everything for the Shanks agenda. We learned that he has a freaking twin brother named Shamrock, and now we're 99% certain that it wasn't him going up to meet up with the Gorosei. We also see him with an abyss mark on his arm while he soaks with Gaban. This led people to ditch the Sea King victim allegations, eliminating the fraud from his name. Now, there's really no reason to slander this man when we look at everything he's done in the series. Roger's prodigy, stopping the Marineford War, Wi-Fi hockeying an admiral, one-shotting Kid, and it doesn't get much better than that. Dorian Broggy compares hockey to Joy Boys. This resume is stacked, and it might make some people want to put Shanks higher in the list, but there are 2 reasons why I didn't. Reason number 1, we don't know his full backstory and his full history with the Celestial Dragons, so there's still a 1% chance that he could have some rat within him. Reason number 2, he's a very killable character. This is the biggest reason why I hesitated, because the agenda won't mean nothing in the end if the dude gets killed off. I suspect that it'll play a major part in the final war, but it'll end up dying at the hands of Emu, Garling, Shamrock, or mainly Blackbeard. These reasons aside though, the Shanks agenda is definitely one that you want to be investing in. Speaking of Shanks, how about we talk about the man who's destined for greatness? He may not pack the hardest punch, but he does have a dream. So coming in for a 4th spot, we got Buggy D Clown. Buggy is just one of those characters who you cannot slander. His agenda is literally canon in the One Piece verse, and his character of failing upwards just shows you why you should bet on him. I'm confident that if Luffy doesn't become the Pirate King, it has to be Buggy. Actually, he might go beyond Pirate King level based off One Piece chapter 1154 and 1155. You see, the man revealed in these chapters, Rox D. Zabek, is someone who transcends even the Pirate King. He didn't want to become the king of some measly pirates, but instead, he challenged the world itself and planned for utter domination. Now, I'll just address the elephant in the room and explain why I'm talking about Rox. If you haven't been living under a rock, there's been a surge in the One Piece community theorizing that Buggy is Rox's son. I firmly believe this. I mean, just look at this bounty poster and compare it to Buggy's. It's literally a carbon copy. This skyrocketed the Buggy agenda for me, because going under the assumption that Buggy is actually related to the pirate who had to be erased from history, it speaks volume. I don't believe that Buggy is going to command through strength or unlock a crazy devil fruit awakening. I don't believe in anything like that. However, the main reason I bet so high on Buggy's stocks is because of his ability to command and inspire everyone around him. It kind of parallels Luffy when you think about it. Right now, Cross Guild only has 3 significant members in the Navy's eye: Buggy, Mihawk, and Crocodile. I believe that it will grow tenfold, and Buggy might even recruit the former Rocks pirate Shiki the Golden Lion. This is obviously just speculation on my part, but Buggy's luck might prove to be the greatest power in One Piece. This is just a character that I cannot see failing until the end of the story. Now, the 3rd place spot required a lot of thinking for me. I guarantee nobody thought of this character, which is honestly really surprising to me because I feel like they're panning out to be one of the most important characters in the whole series. You see, Emu, the center of the world government, an agency that has ruled the world for centuries, the shadow of Joy Boy, and the demon who will probably end up as the final villain in One Piece. The day King Cobra got assassinated, who did Emu say she wanted? And yes, I think Emu's a girl. She didn't say, I want Luffy. She didn't say, I want Blackbeard. She didn't say, I want Shanks. She said, I want Vivi. That's right. I believe Nefertari D. Vivi is going to have a huge role in the story when it comes down to the final saga, which is why I put her in this spot. This was still a really tough decision, but I want to give Vivi credit because because I'm honestly shocked that so many people still downplay her with all the information that we got. Queen Lily, ruler of Alabasta during the Void Century and the oldest confirmed character who has the moniker D in her name. If it wasn't for her mistake 800 years ago, the poneglyphs never would have been spread out. I think Vivi is actually going to be more important in the endgame than Shanks or Buggy because I think she is directly related to the ancient weapon Uranus. The reason she was so hard to rank for me was because there's so much speculation and things we simply don't have information about, but I'm trusting my gut feeling and pushing my Vivi agenda because I just know she has something incredible that could even shake Emu. I'm not talking power-wise, but if Vivi commits a similar mistake to Lily and spreads the meaning of the poneglyphs all over the world so that everyone knows exactly what happened in the Void Century, that could be crazy. But yeah, I don't really have much more to say here, so let's move on. Picture the quiet kid in class. He does nothing, absolutely nothing, shows no emotion, no thoughts, and just sits in the back of the class with an iPad in front of him doing whatever. You don't pay much attention to him, but you can tell that he's been working on something for a long time on that iPad of his. Now add a whole lot of slander and you basically got yourself Monkey D Dragon coming in at second spot in our list. And before you slander me, hear me out. This video is talking about the future of the One Piece world. I am very well aware that if we were talking about Dragon and everything he's done in the story so far, he wouldn't even crack the top 100 of my characters. But since we're pretty much in the final saga of the story, I have to invest in my Dragon stocks. You see, now that the Holy Knights, world government, and even Emu herself are being focused on, it's just a matter of time before Dragon makes his move. And if there's one thing about shonen, is that characters revealed later in the story often end up being the most powerful ones. And this has to be the case with Dragon. I guarantee it. If Dragon isn't at bare minimum Yonko level, then I'm telling you right now his whole character has gone to waste. With everything he's been doing in the shadows, he's had to have been crafting at the most meticulous of plans, far greater than just starving Marie Joie. He has built himself to be such an important character that he couldn't risk himself to try and save his comrades. This just makes me believe that he is on such a higher level of power than 99% of the verse that the Revolutionary Army would completely break down if he were to die. He just has to be that guy. I hate his character, but I believe in his strength. That is who Dragon is to me. Now, all the characters I've talked about so far have been pretty crazy, and if you have a brain, you can easily see who's coming in at the top spot. It's Blackbeard. I mean, where do we even begin with this guy? About to get 3 devil fruits, endgame villain, Luffy parallels, off-screen hockey, and the latest chapters just show me why he's the GOAT. If he's anything like Zebek, or even worse, I've seen theories that believe Zebek's actually inside of him. It could be raps for the whole world because end of series Blackbeard is a character that I can't even fathom how powerful he'll be. He's just a character that you know is sticking around till the last arc, which is the main reason I put his agenda so high. I just don't see how he doesn't get defeated at the very end of the series. He's the realest definition of a pirate, probably has more devious tricks up his sleeve, and basically what I'm trying to say is that he's just built different. There's just no need to elaborate on Blackbeard anymore. And there you have it. Those are the 5 character agendas that I'm willing to die on. And if you're wondering why I didn't include Luffy, I mean obviously end of series Luffy is probably going to be the strongest character in the whole show, but I mean that's just too easy. He's the main character after all. That's all I got for this video. Let me know if you're enjoying the One Piece ones and see y'all later.